Hello and welcome to the East Coastway Remaster. You've already seen many videos and streams by other creators at this point, I'm sure, but we're going to do this in casual rail style. We're going to drive some older traction. So let's have a look at the timetable and that for this new remaster and the 171 DLC. So East Coastway timetable, and we've got the new 377-3 timetable, which includes the 171 as well if you own that. So as you can see, lots of different stock to drive here: rail tours, freight, all sorts of different passenger services. There is all sorts to see and do. We're going to do this driver training service today, but we're going to use the Class 31 as it's one of my favourite locomotives to drive in the game, actually. It's good fun. As you can see, there's two here. There's a 30-minute one and the 15-minute service. We're going to do the 15-minute service for this video. So let's get on with it. Into the cab and let's get set up when my mouse decides to start working as it should. Key in or on. Let's get the brakes off and into forward as well. So we're in the sort of dockyard sidings here, and I'm going to put the AWS on as well, just to keep me on my toes. Window down, of course, so we can hear the lovely thrash on the Class 31. And instrument lights are there, and I think the headlights are behind us. Yeah, they're on the middle sort of bit there behind us, which is confusing. You'd think they'd be at the front, but there we are. We've got the marker light. Headlights on. Let's have a look there. Oh, that could be a thumbnail, don't you think? Right, let's get on with it. Oh, there's a passenger train going past there. Right, we are underway. Gently rolling out of here. So we've got a 20 limit and then up to 25. Let's get that other window as well wide open so we can hear the lovely sounds. So we've got an old semaphore signal at the end of the sidings there. Really nice to see. Love the old semaphore signals. Very nostalgic. Right, out the sidings, onto the main line. But none of this electric rubbish. Yeah, we could have driven the 171, but a lot of people have already made videos and done streams about that. So we'll do this. We'll do this in casual style. Hey, I love this footbridge. It looks quite like old-fashioned. You'd expect to see it maybe on a heritage line. Loads of people waiting for a train, but not this one. You're not getting on this. I've got L plates on. I'm learning the route. I think this is a really cool service actually, because it probably is a good way of learning the route if you've not driven it before. It's just a light loco. There's no stops. I think you're limited to 60 mile an hour, even though the track limit goes up to 70. As you can see there, I think this service in particular will be limited at 60. Look at it. How can you not like the 31? I think it's such a cool loco and it makes such a great sound as well. So this isn't a route I have driven too much of. Back in the day when it originally came out, I used to only drive the one rail tour service, but that soon got boring, just driving the same service all the time. So it's really nice to see a bit more of an in-depth timetable to this, and a good way of using some of your other stock that you've got. You know, Scotsman layers into this, the 33, 31, 20, 47. There's just so much to do if you don't particularly like driving the electric stuff. And of course, like I said, you've got the new 171, which does look really, really good. And I will be covering that in a stream at some point, but I'll not make a video because, as I've said many times already in this video, there's lots of other people already doing it. I remember in the original timetable, I think there was some services that started from here, and I think you even loaded them up here in this loader. So I'm not sure if they're in this timetable or not. I've not had that much of an in-depth look, but it'd be really cool if they were. What an interesting building that looks like. Right, let's get some speed up, shall we? Absolutely love the sound of this loco. Shame we've not got any weight on to really make it work hard, but it still sounds pretty good when you're speeding up as we are here. So one thing I've noticed with this section of the line in particular is so many foot crossings, so it's a good opportunity to blow the horn. The scenery definitely does look better, and obviously the lighting is a huge part of that. There are a few areas where I've noticed sort of a few gaps in the scenery still, but I'm not sure whether this was like a full remaster as the Great Western Express. I think basically the 171 pack was coming for this, and they've obviously decided that the route needs a bit of an upgrade as well, at least lighting and a bit of scenery and a nice new timetable. There's one of the many foot crossings. It'd be a great line for train spotting this, but not if you're only going to see the Electro Stars. Be good on a day like this when there's something unique running, wouldn't it? And you'll have to excuse the state of my voice today. I'm full of cold yet again. Another foot crossing and another whistle board. Right, let's have a look at the outside of the train again, or the locomotive, I should say, because we're not a train, just a locomotive. Another foot crossing. See what I mean? Look at it. I just love the shape of it at the front. It looks, I don't know, it looks a little bit aggressive maybe. It's very, very square, isn't it? Very square. And obviously there you can hear the rail singing, which has of course been applied to this route as well. I think that's a nice, very nice addition, and hopefully it's in all stuff going forward as a bit of a standard. Right, trundling. Oh, AWS alert. Let's keep an eye out for that. Oh, a red. Straight into a red. There was no. Oh, there's the orange. Next one's a red. That signal wasn't on the little map at the front there, so I'll make a note of that. At the front, at the top. Yeah, I'll make a note of that. It seems a bit flat. I don't know. Maybe this part of the world is quite sort of flat and bare, but yeah, it just looks. It's a little bit sparse there. But let's focus on this red here. We don't want to go through. Obviously, we're only a light loco, so we can get away with just using the loco brake here. It's going to be the most efficient way of slowing down. And yeah, we'll wait and see what this red's about. I assume we're following another passenger train up the line here, which is yeah, it's good for a driver training sort of service, as it means you've got to practice slowing down, ready for the signals. I wonder if maybe when we go through this go via, it might change the signal. No, right, we'll keep slowing down. We'll, let's not spad, otherwise that'd be the end to the video, a lot shorter than what I wanted it to be. Right, the AWS ramp for the signal, yeah. Let's acknowledge that. It's like a little platform thing here, so we'll roll up to that. Maybe we can get out and have a look. Steady. I'm being extra cautious here. I don't want to go through. Right, nearly at this red. There's that little platform. Let's try and get lined up with there without going through the signal itself. That'd be terrible. But yeah, if we can get it lined up with the door, I'll hop out. I've seen a driver do this before in a class 50 on the Darlington to Bishop Auckland line. He got out and took a picture of his train, because obviously he was doing, well, his loco. He was doing quite a unique move. Let's make that semi-safe. I think really should take the key out and everything, but there we are. Yeah, that's what he did. He got out and took a picture of his 50. Unfortunately, we don't have a 50 in the game. I would love a 50. Right, let's get back in case. No. How on earth do you get back in here? Climb down? I'm already down. What on earth? You can open the other door from here, but you can't. Climb up steps. There we go. That was strange. Right, let's. Oh, there we go. We've got the yellow or orange signal, so we can proceed. It's another red, just up the road though. Not far away from station stop, which is the end of this service, as it goes down the line that's not included with the route. Power on there, eh? Great location. So on to the main sort of part of the route now. We're good to go to just before the station there, I think. I remember this part of it really well because that rail tour service started at this station and then went along the line that we've just joined from the original timetable. Like I say, I'll have to have more of a look at what's included and where the services go, but I just thought when I was having a look at this for the first time, I saw this service and thought, right, that'll do nicely. That'll be a good one for a video. I bet no one else has done that one. Right, so we've got 40 limits, but straight down to the red signal just before there. I assume it's because that service we were following is probably in our platform, so we shall wait for that. I'm sure it won't be too long. Right, gently round this corner, because I don't know where this signal is exactly, and there's quite a few trees in the way, so you don't have a great view. I thought maybe here there'd be one of those banner repeater signals, but obviously not. Where is it? I don't want it to. There it is. I didn't want it to get us like a jump scare sort of thing. What would be ideal is if it changed just before we got there, but I'm sure it won't. Come on, change. Going like so slowly, so hopefully it just flips as we get near there, and we can put a bit of power on and jump away from it. So it's not changed, so we'll have to stop. But let's have another look at the wonderful loco and the scenery around us. Definitely does look a lot better. As you can see in the distance there, it's a little bit sparse, but I suppose the main thing is what you can see in and around the loco for screenshots, and what you can see from the front window. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad at all. Definitely, again, the remaster is free. Of course, for the new timetable, I think you need the 171, I think, or at least for some of the services. But there goes that train, look, leaving the platform that we're going to go into, and hopefully any second this signal is going to change, just by magic. There we go, and we've got the route indicator feather off to the right there. So let's get on with it. Give one last thrash. I know we've got to slow straight down, but let's give it some into the station. Give all the train spotters a good bit of audio for the video. Right, that'll do. I don't want to go speeding through. So we're going to hop over the junction to the right and into the station. I think this is beautiful, this station. It's absolutely lovely. I didn't realise how nice it was in the original version of this route, but it is stunning. Look at that. It's really, really nice, and quite busy as well. I think you can see where maybe there would have been another platform where these trees are. That looks like it's been sort of filled in. Maybe it was another platform at some point. So yeah, even bigger than it still is, and it's pretty big still. Right, let's try and stop on the marker. No, I've been too heavy on the brakes, but that'll do. Objective complete. Let's return to free roam and get one last look at our loco. We'll disembark in case it drives away. So that's it, guys. We've been doing a class 31 driver training type service on the timetable. This service can be done with a few different locos, like the 47, the 45 I think maybe, and yeah, other bits like that. So I hope you're enjoying the remaster as much as I am, and I hope you enjoyed this sort of different way of looking at it with me, Casual Rail.